Salty sea dogs Adam and Jamie are looking into the myth that the splinters from a cannonball piercing the ship's hull would cause more deaths than the cannonball itself.
Avast! What does avast mean?
Sounds like a cue for Pirates Speak Lesson number 3. Avast comes from the Dutch translation of hold fast, but it can also be used as a greeting, as in, Avast, you old sea dog, where ye at with this myth? Tests with a small-scale cannonball on authentic pirate ship wood produced spectacular splintering, with white oak the deadliest of all. So it's on to stage 2, but with the researchers unable to track down a real cannon, the guys scale up their air cannon.
The cannon's based on the fact that gunpowder, when you add flame to it, expands at this phenomenal rate. Dozens of thousands of feet per second. It's what propels bullets forward, it's what propels cannonballs forward. We're trying to replicate the speed of the cannonball by using compressed air, which is the same principle. We're keeping air into a small volume, and they're going to release it with these 2 valves, and it's going to expand.
This is a plumber's paradise, but can a bigger air cannon actually produce the same explosive power as a real cannon?
It's going to expand slower than gunpowder. There's nothing we can do about that. But even though those speeds are lower, I still think we're looking at a valid test here, because we're looking at the impact of metal and wood, and we're looking at the relative difference between the lethality of that metal cannonball and the splinters of wood that come off the impact.
Bigger air cannon, bigger cannonball.
This is without a doubt the biggest air cannon I've ever built. It's nothing but raw, awesome power, safely implemented. I am satisfied and filthy. 2 of my favorite states.
Adam's in heaven, but Jamie's getting all the mail.
I'm not sure yet, but judging by the weight, these are our cannonballs. Can we get Adam down here? I want to see him juggle these puppies.
Nice.
I have a question for you.
Yeah. I want to juggle these, of course. What are these? About 10 pounds?
They're 6 pounds apiece.
6 pounds. Oh. Now that's a workout. Oh my God, this is hard work.
18 pounds of workout. Just don't drop them. So let's recap the inventory for this myth. 6-pounders, check. The Maxi air cannon, double check. Authentic 16th century pirate ship, Captain, we have a problem. There's none here, or here, or even here. But Adam, being the resourceful chap that he is, has a plan to build his own.
So I've come to Svensson's Boatworks in the Alameda Marina because hopefully they have an expert who can tell me about what kind of dimensions they were, how thick the wood was, how they were constructed.
Adam knows pirate ships have horizontal outer planking, supported by vertical ribbing or stanchions, and thinner inner planking. For the correct dimensions of these intricate parts, he seeks the wise counsel of master shipwright John Phillips.
So I'd like to be as accurate as possible with my test, and I think I'd like to duplicate both the inner and the outer planking. And so I'd like to get an idea from you what thicknesses of the inner and outer I should be looking at, and also how far apart they are.
Certainly, depending upon the origin of the vessel and the size of the vessel, this stanchion or frame would probably be at least as wide in this dimension as it is thick in this dimension.
And how
so
far
say
from
6 by 6.
Okay.
And those could easily be less than a foot apart.
Oh, okay.
And the planking could be 2, could be 3-inch thick, and maybe the inner planking would be 2-inch thick. So you've got 3, 6, and 2.
All right.
With the numbers hastily scribbled on the back of his hand, Adam heads back to the shop to get busy.
Oh, look, it's beautiful. That's a pirate ship right there.
Adam, haven't you forgotten something?
It doesn't look like much, but it will be a pirate ship soon. Stand by.
Don't you need another 100 or so tons more wood?
Well, these are the uprights. These represent the upright beams that describe the cross-section of the ship. I'm only going to do a small section of this pirate ship. That's all I've got time for. So this is going to be up around the railing of the deck, about 4 feet down. In fact, on a real ship of the period, these things would be placed about this far apart. I'm only going to place 2 of these this far apart because that's what we're shooting between. The other 2 I'll place a little farther apart because they're just to hold up the rest of the wood slats that make up my pirate ship.
And that gap in the center?
Right here in the center, that's where I'm going to be firing. That's where I'll have the real wood, and behind it I'll have the real pirates.
The following is a paid commercial program brought to you by the Piratical Industry Laboratories.
Pirates! If you're like me, you love the life. The pillaging, the freedom, but you hate the cannons. The cannons, the loading, the charging, the dropping of the balls on your foot. Well, we've developed an entirely new product, the Blowhard 3000. Firing a 6-pound ball at 300 miles per hour on compressed air alone. It's guaranteed to solve all your piratical needs. Our exclusively developed manifold at the Piratical Industries Labs allows you to use only compressed air generated by rowing slaves to propel your cannonballs at your enemy. No more black powder, no more smoke making your voice sound like this.
Slaves not included.
The Blowhard 3000, the next evolution in pirate technology.
We will now resume normal programming. Buccaneer Busters Adam and Jamie have built an air cannon to test the myth that splinters kill more people than cannonballs in your average pirate broadside.
This is what every modern pirate's using.
An authentic cannon muzzle velocity is 900 feet per second. In the absence of an authentic cannon, the Blowhard 3000 needs to get as close to that as possible.
What we're doing is a final pressure test. We're topping up these tanks with a very high pressure gas that gets us up into the zone we need.
When they put me in a home where I can't hurt myself, this is what undoubtedly they'll make me wear.
The team looks confident, but no one knows if the Blowhard 3000 will blow hard enough. This test without a cannonball will confirm the high pressure system is working.
That hurt? Okay, firing in 3, 2, 1.
That's a beautiful test. I feel really, really good about this deal.
Okay.
A perfect high-pressure test fire means it's time to take this myth out of the workshop and onto the firing range for some serious MythBusters-style fireworks.
Once again, we find ourselves on the Alameda Naval Base runway, which is a beautiful 1.5 mile long runway. Ours alone, nice and safe.
I'm sorry, Adam. Did you say nice and safe?
This is a 40-foot long barrel, and it's in several sections. We've got the fancy thing on the end here, and there's a lot of stuff to line up.
Like the earlier mini air cannon, a long barrel concentrates the energy to create the required cannonball velocity. If they can't get close to genuine cannon speed, this experiment is going nowhere.
That's what we're firing. 6.5 pound or 3 kilogram steel cannonball.
To achieve the velocity that we would get out of a real cannon, we'd have to reach in the neighborhood of 1,200 feet per second. Now, we know this rig is not going to do this. The theoretical max speed that we'll get out of this rig, if we were to just totally go for it, is about in the neighborhood of 700 feet per second, which is still pretty fast. In fact, it's a huge amount of force.
Huge if it works. And this test, the first with a cannonball, will find out. Adam decides that visualizing a positive result will help.
It's gonna build up pressure in here. It's gonna come out this barrel. It's gonna. This is if you could actually follow it in real time. And sand's gonna pour out of here, and we're gonna cackle a lot. That's pretty much what's gonna happen.
We are arming the cannon.
Air cannon test fire in 3, 2, 1.
And cue the cackle.
That was cool.
Cool indeed. But do we have the speed we need?
It's 2,000 frames per second. So I'm traveling 1 foot every 4 frames. That's a foot in every 2 milliseconds. That's 500 feet per second. That is 340 miles per hour. That is respectable.
Respectable, and it's as good as it's going to get. So, time to move on. The next step will be to find out how many people a single cannonball can kill directly. That way, when they test with wooden shrapnel damage, they have a comparison.
Now that the cannon's working, the first test is to find out how much damage it would do to humans. So we're gonna break out our human analogs, fire the cannon at them.
Human analogs? Can we check the truck again? We've got the side of the boat made to genuine pirate ship dimensions. But did anyone pack a human analog? Explain it again, Adam, please, in simple terms.
We're gonna shoot at the boat from about point blank range, so it'll be here. The pigs will be here.
Hold on, did Adam say pigs?
These are 450-pound pigs. Pigs are used the world over as nearly perfect analogs for humans. They have similar amounts of body fat, similar skeletal structures. While they look quite different, they act very much the same under a lot of conditions, including getting hit with a cannonball.
Rest assured, our scientifically accurate porcine pirates were humanely slaughtered. But instead of being destined for the supermarket, they've been selected for a higher purpose.
Wake up! Time for science! The myth is that more people died from splinters than from actual cannonballs. And if we want to test it as more than just a numerical anomaly, we want to know how many people a single cannonball could kill. So we've lined 4 of them up in front of the barrel, and we're going to see how many sustain what we consider to be a lethal amount of damage from this single shot.
Pirate Speak lesson number 4. A good pirate should start all sentences with the words "thar be," as in "thar be Adam and Jamie," or "thar be Adam and Jamie with a very large cannon," or even better, "thar be Adam and Jamie with a very large cannon pointing straight at 4 pigs dressed as pirates."
Pirate ships were often packed at double, triple, or quadruple the actual capacity of that ship. So it is conceivable that the deck of a pirate ship could be a very crowded place during a battle.
The myth states more pirates died from splintering wood than from a direct hit by a cannonball. Workshop tests with a mini cannon seem to confirm the theory. But in full-scale tests, the MythBusters first want to see just how many people a cannonball could kill. They figured it was more humane to use pigs bound for the supermarket than real pirates.
Next, we're going to fire the air cannon at the pigs, at the pirates, I'm sorry. My guess is that we're going to make it all the way through them because we're going to bump up the pressure a little bit off of the nitrogen tank, and pigs versus sandbags, I'd say the pigs lose. This is how much damage can a cannonball do to some pirates? Firing in 3, 2, 1.
That is so wrong.
Wrong maybe, but did any of our pirate substitutes survive the broadside?
He's dead.
Yeah, I'd say so.
All right, here's your second pig. Well, I can see it over here. He's dead. Your third pig, well, he's dead. Fourth pig, totally dead. Let's set up for the next test. That's stunning. That's 4 for 4. Went through them like butter.
Or lard. We killed 4 little pirates and didn't even knock their hats off practically. Well, maybe one of them. That means we're getting this cannonball going really pretty quickly.
So the benchmark for death by a single cannonball is at least 4. It's crunch time for the Cannonball Splinter Myth.
Next, we're going to fire through our mocked-up pirate ship and see whether it's more lethal to get hit by the splinters than a cannonball.
Pirate ships being in short supply, Adam has built his own, slightly modified version.
Well, it doesn't look like it, but I have a fascia that looks like a pirate ship. And then I have here 3 solid inches of white oak. That is accurate to the outside cladding on a period ship that a pirate might have commandeered. Then there's a 6 by 6 inch stanchion. These are the ribs that run all the way down the boat, describing its hull shape. And on the inside, it's clad with pine. These 2 pieces are what this cannonball is going through that will generate the splinters, and they are accurate to the type of materials that a period cannonball would have encountered in a ship during battle.
So for this myth to be true, we're looking for a huge volume of splinters to come out of the backside and spray the whole area, which could kill a lot of people. And it's actually more plausible than a bunch of people lining up in a row right behind a cannonball when it hits.
Air cannon into the pirate ship, in
3, 2, 1.
I hope it made it.
Well, it didn't come bouncing out. Let's go check it out.
All right.
The air cannon once again hits her mark. But what's the damage report?
Whoa! It did! It made it through! Ah! Excellent! Oh my God. I see a horror show, and I definitely see splinters here.
I don't see any penetration of the pigs at all.
I don't
though.
see any of them sticking out of the pigs here.
Plenty of splinters, but unlike the small-scale test, there's no suggestion the shrapnel was lethal.
Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I mean, it drilled a neat hole right through it.
If I was standing right here, I'd count my lucky stars that the cannonball missed me, but I'd be pulling splinters out of my thighs. I mean, that would suck. And sure enough, back then, you know, a big splinter going through your leg could be a lethal injury when you're talking about infection and the microorganisms that are living off the wood of the boat and stuff like that. But this is like 2 people who are slightly injured or seriously injured, not, you know, 10 that a cannonball can travel all the way through.
Yeah, I think the scenario we were looking for was where there's such an explosion that it accelerates these particles of wood so fast that everybody in the area just gets sprayed and dies. Kind of like a shotgun or more like a grenade blast. And I'm not seeing that happen with this stuff. I think the high-speed footage tells the whole story because it's showing a massive quantity of splinters going out of the backside of this boat hull. The problem is that none of it's hitting the pigs with enough strength, enough mass, enough velocity or whatever to actually stick into the pigs.
With no pigs stuck with deadly splinters, this myth is on shaky ground. But Adam and Jamie are reluctant to call it busted. Remember, the air cannon isn't quite up to speed. With a muzzle velocity of around 400 miles per hour, it doesn't match up to the real thing.
We got to figure out a way of getting things to go really fast.
Unable to accept defeat, the pressure is back on to find a genuine cannon and put this myth to rest. It's a maritime myth of explosive proportions. Supposedly, when the broadsides strike, more shipmates die from the flying splinters than the cannonballs themselves. Tests with the giant air cannon suggest it's a bust. But without an accurate muzzle velocity, our dynamic duo are reluctant to call it.
I don't know, man. I'm looking at this shrapnel. I'm really pleased with our rig. I think we can call this one busted.
I don't know. I mean, a real cannon will fire a cannonball at twice the velocity of what we got our air cannon to do. And that translates to maybe about 10 times the actual power.
Right, but it did go through all the wood we had set up, plus our pigs. It did everything that we wanted it to do.
Well, I have actually got access to a real cannon that fires a real cannonball. You want to go for it?
Oh, yeah.
Let's do it. Let's take all this back to the site and try it again.
Actually, Adam, we're playing with real guns this time, and there's only one place they let us do that: the Alameda County Sheriff's Facility Bomb Range. And joining us to save the day is not so dirty Harry and his big gun.
This is old Moses,
Is that the trailer or the gun?
the gun. He speaks with a great voice and lays down the law.
Oh my Lord.
Wow!
It's a fully functional 1841 Mexican and Civil War replica. Not exactly pirate material, but a cannon's a cannon, right?
This is one of those cases where I'm sure the results are going to be controversial, but no one can accuse us of not being thorough. And if there are any pirates out there who dispute this, I'd love to talk to them.
The cannon that we're about to use is a piece of what is known as field artillery. Now, this is the kind of thing that would go out on the open battlefield in the Civil War and that kind of thing. We're talking about pirate cannons, but it's the same. The ball size is the same. It's the same as what we used in the air cannon. It's a proper size that you would actually find on a pirate ship. So the effect on impact is the same.
This first shot into the water barrels for safety will give the team the muzzle velocity. And if old Moses hits 1,300 feet per second, we know we're dealing with the real thing.
All right, let's see if this is big enough to hold a pound and a quarter.
Harry will use a 1.25 pounds of black powder to launch a 6-pound shot.
Okay, not too hard. Okay, action front, time to load. Charge.
In the heat of battle, a crack cannon team matched speed and efficiency with precision. The correctly sized cannonballs help too.
What's going on?
It's too big.
No.
Yeah, these are fresh ordered shot just for this gun, and they're cast too large, or the.
Well, we have one of our little unexpected problems, something we could have never foreseen or put on a list, and it's that our cannonballs are too big for the barrel of our cannon.
What I'm using right now is an 8-inch Pirate 2, the angle grinder.
The ball is ground down by 1/8 of an inch.
Well, that's not a pirate thing, that's a tumbleweed. On you go.
Wild West distractions dealt with, the team load up, and old Moses is ready for action.
Clear front. Firing in 3, 2, 1.
Old Moses certainly didn't hold back. A successful firing, but where's the cannonball?
It's not there?
It's.
Did it skip?
If it skipped, it went over the hill.
That's one cannonball missing in action, and there's something else missing.
We were completely unable to determine the muzzle velocity on that test because, for some reason, at the moment of detonation, our high-speed camera's power supply failed. So we got a new power supply, and we're gonna do the same shot again. We have to know what the muzzle velocity is. We want to be able to compare it to the previous test.
A little ricochet reinforcement, and it's time for shot number 2.
Prime. Clear front. Firing in 3, 2, 1.
I think
We got that cannonball.
we stopped the cannonball. It's like,
Nice shot.
No bouncing balls this time. The hill took the full force.
It's deeper than that. So what we got there is a muzzle velocity of 1,430 feet per second, guaranteed, because I can see when the cannonball exits the barrel, and I can see when it hits the garbage can, and I know the garbage can is exactly 10 feet from the barrel. That muzzle velocity makes this blast 7.5 times more powerful than the one we produced with our air cannon. The only question that remains for us is, does that increase in power translate to an increase in deadliness for our wooden shrapnel?
Mini air cannons and maxi air cannons have drawn a blank on scattered splinters, but old Moses has the mustard to truly lay down the law for this myth. Adam's authentic pirate ship prototype is lowered into place. Cue the pigs.
This is our pirate crew, and for this myth to be true, they have to have a bunch of splinters stuck in them really quite deep.
Get your pirate face on! We're about to shoot some cannons! I'm drooling!
Drooling? You ain't seen nothing yet.
Firing in 3, 2, 1.
Looks from here like it put a clean hole in the oak.
It definitely put a clean hole in the oak.
A nice small one.
Getting through the wood is not the issue. It's the deadly splinters we want.
What do we see?
I see even less kind of splinterage than I saw before. I mean, the splinters are clearly all over the place, but I don't see hardly a single one stuck in the pigs. Oh, there's one. Wait a second. Uh-oh. Well, that went in about a ½ inch, and that's the most serious thing that we've seen all told, but it's still not lethal.
The increased muzzle velocity definitely had a lot more power behind it. It pushed this whole thing over. It caused a lot more trauma to our pirate boat than it did on the test with our air cannon.
Old Moses here had considerably more kick than our air cannon, and it threw a lot of splinters all over the place, but the result is the same. From what I'm seeing, they just don't have a whole lot of mass. They just kind of like flip off things, they bounce, they don't really penetrate. Based on this, the only thing that we can say about this myth is that it's busted. The shrapnel is not as lethal as the cannonball.
Well, let's give our pirates a good final resting place and call this one busted.
Can you stop doing that?
Now I can, because we're done.
Maybe we need to try a bigger cannon. What do you think?